Growing up, I've always had a real soft spot for YouTube filmmakers who turned video games into live action experiences. Creators like Rocket Jump, Corridor Digital, Zach King, Rocket Rocka. But one creator in particular really stood out to me, and that creator was My Name is Banks. Back in 2011, Banks, only being a one-man crew, made a Call of Duty zombie short film that has inspired me ever since my first time watching it. If you watch his behind the scenes, you can really see that he had a vision, he had a plan, and he executed it, in my opinion, perfectly. Honestly, that video really changed how I thought about filmmaking, not just creatively, but logistically. He was resourceful, he was ahead of his time, and I really wanted to pay homage to that. My first plan was actually to make a Call of Duty Zombies fan video myself. I came up with the idea back when my favorite zombies map of all time dropped, Origins, in 2013. The plan was to use theater mode in Black Ops 2, record the backgrounds, and then green screen myself into the shots. I was going to go for kind of a black and white aesthetic, and me not really coming from a background of VFX and CGI, it was an experiment to see what I could accomplish with the resources I had. Looking back, it was actually a pretty solid concept, but at 14 or 15 years old, I just didn't have the experience. The test shots didn't turn out the way I wanted, and I eventually just shelved the idea, but it really never left my head. Now, fast forward years later, and I'm still being inspired by creators left and right. A couple years ago, I came across a creator named Elena Karoba. Her work really has this eerie art house horror vibe. She does beautiful makeup, minimalistic storytelling, and creates a really incredible atmosphere with her reels. I gravitated towards her work because it's a style I've found myself implementing in my own work as well lately. So before I tried to tackle Trial Time, I wanted to make kind of a warm-up for that with a concept Outlast Trials trailer that was heavily inspired by her visual style. It was an experiment in minimalism, less about spectacle and more about mood. That project ended up teaching me how much you can do with so little, as far as creating tone, using lighting, and composition. After making that Outlast Trials concept trailer, I still wanted to pay homage to My Name is Banks. Now, you might be asking yourself, why Outlast Trials? And that's because it's a game that I've really enjoyed over the last year or two, and it's really inspired me in creating lore and storytelling within a game. And honestly, it's one of the most fun multiplayer experiences I've had in a long time. So about a year later, after creating that concept trailer, I came back to Trial Time. This time, I wanted to combine what I learned with that smaller project with the energy and cinematic drive of My Name is Banks' work. Trial Time was kind of where it all came together. The DIY spirit, the tension of the Outlast Trials games in general, and the inspiration of my favorite video game adapted short film by Banks. It's crazy to think that a YouTube video I watched over a decade ago has been my biggest inspiration for internet filmmaking to date. Trial Time ultimately wasn't just about adapting a game. It was about honoring the creators who shaped me. From Elena's creative simplicity to My Name is Banks' visionary execution, both remind me that filmmaking isn't about resources. It's about being resourceful.